The city of angels is black and gold. You are listening to the Heart of LAFC podcast. And now, Joseph Zacher.
Greetings, Los Angeles. Welcome to episode 404 of the Heart of LAFC podcast. That's right. We're going to call this one Instant Impact, as Sun has entered the show and has made an instant impact for LAFC, both on and off of the field as predicted. Yeah, guys, this is good times for LAFC, that's for sure. Of course, we're going to cover all things Sun, all things LAFC. Of course, to make that happen, we've got Bam on and Tony. Yeah, that's right. Boys are back in town. Bam, how are you doing tonight?
Yeah, not too bad. Got a big weekend coming up this weekend, which I'll get into a little bit later on in the episode. But yeah, after watching last week's game, you know, we'll get in, when we talk about the game, we'll get into it because I got some thoughts on it, and I don't know if everyone will agree with my thoughts.
Oh, I got some too. Yeah, you're a little colorful, that's for sure. But still, it's going to end with some sunshine. That's for sure. Tony, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well. Glad to be back home. You know, after a couple late delays, I probably would have made the pod, but great to be back, and excited for this new era that we're going into.
Legit. I mean, let's be honest. Before Sun signed with us, I mean, the vibes were a little bit dark. Let's be real. Dropping out of tournaments, not looking so hot. You were waiting for that moment. It had to be coming, and then we got the deal. Now to have him on the field, and now hearing that there's other rumors of other big name, not even big name, but impact players possibly coming this way, an under 22 initiative player, possibly another designated player coming. We're tooling up, this is looking very promising. If you're getting two more players, you've got the exact same loss column as every other team ahead of you in the standings, and you've got 2 games in hand, all of a sudden things are looking up really quick here. And yes, I know we threw away another one this week with only getting a draw, but the optics are good. The optics are very good. We're in control. You might not feel like it is, but we're in control here, and it can only look up, honestly, especially with New England in our sights. So, yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll get into it. We'll talk about those rumors, too. And I'm going to have Bam on the floor on that one for sure. But, yeah, we'll cover everything today. So I'll go to that first. Let's talk about Rumorville. We love talking about rumors. Bam, who's the latest guy that we're linked to right now?
The latest guy is a player from Palmeiras. He's a 30-year-old. Let me get it back up. Yeah, he's a 30-year-old. His name is Rafael Viega. He's apparently Dallas have already refused the player, so there's that I'm hearing. Be interesting, he's a good player. Be interesting to see where he fits into the team, that's for sure. But until then, we don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, player profile is a potential cam, correct?
Yeah. I'm just pulling out the player profile now. Cam, he has. Where is it?
And that's his tendencies, more of an attacking, controlling type midfielder, right?
Yeah. He is currently out with injury, going by transfer market at the moment with a pubic bone bruise, which is
minor.
Interesting. Yep.
Yeah.
Go from there. But yeah, no, he's a attacking midfielder. He's 30 years old. His contract with Palmeiras expires at 2027, so still a couple of years left on that. So it'll be a little bit of payout. Played for Brazil 6 times national team.
Okay.
Debuted in 2023. Currently this season played 33 games, 3 goals, and 8 assists.
So producing, he is producing. Again, the injury you mentioned, that's called somebody running into you really, really hard, right? Taking a knock, that's what that is. So he'll be fine. But again, he is producing. He's had caps. Yes, he's got some time on the contract. So that's going to be an outright buy, or as we're really good at doing, a loan. So that's that. Of course, I know we were talking off air of other free agents as well, right, Bam? That we're not linked to them, but they're out there, right? Some interesting names that you brought up. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so let's be honest, the only guy that I would leave on Twitter and all that kind of stuff, Bravazino, he retweeted earlier today what they're calling the free agent 11. So these are players that haven't signed a contract for a club at the moment. So they're free agents. Anyone can have them. You got former West Ham player Zuma, the centre back. I would happily take him. We got former Manchester United player Ericsson in the midfield. He hasn't got a club at the moment. Former Real Madrid player Vasquez doesn't have a club at the moment. Danny Ings doesn't have a club at the moment as a striker. Jamie Vardy doesn't have a club at the moment. He's also a striker. Some big names there that they don't have a club, and why not have a crack at them? We got some DP spots. Just go for it.
We got the money, and we have a need to spend. You always love it. Business that's in a need to spend attitude. So, yeah, imagine Ericsson at this club. I'm just saying. Can you imagine him here?
Could you imagine Vardy up top scoring goals for us?
I mean, that would be wild, but look at what we got right now. Once it starts clicking, not bad. Not bad. So again, Rumorville is here. You guys hear some other rumors, throw it our way. We'd love to entertain that. Throw out the comments out there. You've got them. We're definitely going to post them today, so do not hesitate. But yeah, we're looking for 2 players. Thornton has said it. He's on the market. He's making it happen. We have the month of August. So yeah, have fun with that. We love entertaining it. Silly season is live. So on top of that, of course, we do have the match against Chicago. Yes, we drew them 2-2. Yeah, it looked like we were going to get in trouble in this match, right? Looked like we were having some problems, but we did pull the rabbit out of the hat after getting, sent onto the field. It was kind of fun after we got out there, but let's get into the match itself. Talk about who played in this thing and what it looked like for the boys, and also celebrate who actually showed up. As a huge contingent of supporters showed up, and a huge contingent of Sun supporters showed up. It was kind of fun to watch to see how many people came out to see him out in Bridgeview. This wasn't their normal venue for this match. It was their old venue that they had to play at, since I guess the Bears were getting tuned up at Soldier Field. So their normal home ground wasn't available. But yes, it was a good turnout for Sun. They had to wait a long time. Lineup for the boys for this one actually started out a little bit different. They had Lloris out there, Segura, Tafari, Palencia, Hollingshead, Chonier. I think I said it right. Keep getting his name wrong. I know. Igor Jesus, Delgado, Martinez, Tillman, and Ordaz. I know. Different. Of course, for the other side, typical for them, I think. They had Brady in goal, Tehran, Elliott, Barroso and Gutman on the outside backs, Gutierrez, Jeta, Origel in the midfield, Zinkernagel, Kuipers, Bamba up top. Boy, Kuipers was a show in this game once again. And then, of course, all hell broke loose. I'll go to you, Tony. Highlights and lowlights for this thing. What stood out to you? I know it was rough before the Sun situation. Let it out, man. What happened in this match?
Honestly, it was just we'll just start with Tillman up front with just booting it into the stands. The first ball we get, not even first touch. I was like, okay, this is nice, I guess. Sure. rough start. Igor Jesus can't keep in touch with his player, getting freaking Terraza or Carlos the goal, like unmatched. Like you can't fault Hugo for that. He did everything he could. That was just nice place ball, nice place header, easily. And then in 19th minute, like almost a goal taken away with Hollingshead, like VAR and everything. It was just It was a rough first half with everything going on. There was some moments that I was like, okay, we got it. Like we had Ordaz one-on-one with the keeper, couldn't finish it, but again, still learning, still trying, but I feel like he's gonna get there eventually to finish those. But overall, first half was just ugly.
I think we looked more connected in our preseason match against these guys than we did in our midseason match. But yeah, wasn't pretty. Was not pretty. Get to the second half. Y'all know why we're here, right? We were all watching that. We were all watching that bench, seeing who's dressing, see what's going on. And of course, it does happen. So then, what happens, Tony?
Second half. Let's first talk about Bamba with a bomb of a goal, like just a strike that honestly you could see any day in any other league. Again, MLS does have talent. They just sometimes show up, sometimes they doesn't. But that goal was just beautiful from that angle, from that power, that precision, everything. Got to tip my hat off to that. And then we get what everybody has been waiting for. Son comes in and shows the price tag, shows the leadership, shows the everything you would want in a player, midfield or forward, and just goes at it. You know what I mean? Our first opportunity with him, he blows by the defenders, gets the penalty. Controversial maybe to some people, controversial not to me. I think he should have taken the PK. But Bouanga puts it in and gets it up 2-2. But until that, just you see Son just be able to navigate, to direct, to generalize the third part of the half instead of the first part, which is one of the things that we've been lacking.
So my impressions of Son and also some other players that came in, because Smoilikov came in. We saw Amaya get some minutes. Bouanga, of course, come in and get his chance. Sadly, Martinez went out and didn't get to play with Son. But, I mean, again, we knew the quality that Son was going to be walking into this. We didn't know where his fitness was at. We just knew that he was getting ready for season already, so he was close already. Like, we just didn't know how many minutes he'd have in him. It was a cautious approach, but we knew fitness-wise, we knew skill set-wise, he was going to be fine. We saw the preseason matches, right? We saw the match against Newcastle. He was going to be fine. What we didn't know was how he was already going to fit in with the boys and what role he was going to try to take from the minute he got onto the field, right? How he was going to take charge. What we got from him was leadership instantly, and direction and cooperation, and with Bouanga, seeding things that some guys wouldn't do normally, right? Like the penalty. He takes the hit, doesn't think twice about giving that shot to Bouanga, right? Doesn't have to do that. Bouanga's not going to force the issue. If he wants to take it, he'll let him take it, right? He's a new player on the team, new star on the team. But no, Son made sure Bouanga gets that. It's a little bit of politics in that, but in a good way, right? It's showing where you belong on the team, right? You're the new guy, and you want to show your support for your teammates. And you know that Bouanga is still chasing something here, right? He's still chasing for the golden boot. So there's an importance to that. So he fits right in. You saw the high five after the fact. He is a team player. He's always been a team player. So all the messages are correct in what he's doing. I was even more impressed on the other play where he's directing his own passes and his own runs before they happen, right? and he's coaching the guys on the field while it's happening in real time, and then making those runs, making those extra moves, sacrificing himself on play, setting things up. That's the guy that we needed, right? Not the guy that we just sent packing. Yes, that guy's producing where he's at now, but it was a bad fit, and this was the fit that we needed. We basically needed 3 guys capable of playing any position up top. So if you want him to be a forward, he's a forward. You want to be a wing, he can be a wing. And now you have 3 guys, actually 4, 5 guys on the team that could take each one of those roles, and they can be interchangeable. And now you have a guy that can lead in that role. And that's what I saw in the short time. I'm impressed. Bam, your thoughts. I know the team, you got a lot to say about what the rest of them, but your thoughts in the moment with Son now being in the squad.
I'm happy with him being in the squad. He shows what he's capable of. Winning the penalty, which was clear and obvious penalty right there. I'm in the frame of you win the penalty, you take the penalty. But him being selfless and going, no, Bouanga's been here the whole time. He's chasing that golden boot. Let's get him that golden boot. He's already fitting into that teamwork and all that kind of stuff, where I hope that we'll be able to repay the favor to him next year, if he's going for the golden boot and all that kind of stuff. Same thing happens. But seeing all that, seeing how he's been integrating with the team so far, it's amazing, and I can't wait to see what happens in a couple weeks' time when he starts playing a full 90.
Right. Which could be this weekend, right? This could be the full 90 already, because he is working into it, and there's another league starting up that he probably would be playing full 90 anyway. But I know you wanted to say something about the rest of the team, though, right? And you wanted to jump on that. Go for it.
I was a bit shocked with the starting lineup when that came out, thinking, okay, what's going on here? And unlike you guys, I didn't hate it, to be honest. Yes, there were some mistakes going and all that, but we had more control of the ball. We kept pushing and pushing. I didn't hate it. It was a good experiment. It was a good 45-minute experiment. Like, yes, we had that goal scored against us from the corner, which was a lack of judgment. But overall, I thought they didn't play that bad.
Not in Chicago.
Yeah,
we don't have
exactly.
a good history there. We don't. Short history. We don't have a good history there. Yeah. There are some guys, though, that are still struggling right now, and they're still showing that they're struggling right now. We can call them out if we want to, but we don't really have to. Everybody sees it. But others that I want to see more, I can't wait to see more, knowing who we have on the team now, right? And I kind of lamented not seeing them with a certain player when he came in, right? For me, Martinez, Chonier, right? Those two, I kind of bummed I didn't get to see them play with Son. We'll probably see it this week. But I think those two with him is going to be pretty lethal. I do. I mean, seeing Ordaz out there too has been great. But those two, I think, creative-wise, I think it's going to be pretty entertaining. That's where I see it. Tony, your thoughts? I know the ups and the downs of it, and a lot of it wasn't pretty at times. Maybe it's because of the opponent we're playing, and their approach to the game and how they take teams on. Thoughts of the match, thoughts of the impact of the new player.
Thoughts of the match. It was not the greatest. Again, not with the turnaround with what we've been doing for Son. I expected a little bit more, especially, there's been the whole conversation of we've been playing too many games. We need the rest. It's coming. It's all this stuff. And then just now, mind you, I'm okay with Son resting. I didn't think he was going to play this game because of the travel. Let's be real. We had someone travel a lot from South Korea to LA, then all the media, and then travel straight to Chicago. I don't wish that on anyone. From someone who just came back from traveling, and we don't even know. Like the whole thing is also there's delays. You know what I mean? Luckily, he probably doesn't have to deal with that too much with charters and stuff like that. But it wears and tears after a while. So overall, the game, I expect a little bit more. There's still, I hate to say this because it's just, I hate when he says it. We are going to learn from this and grow from this. If you know this saying, you've heard it a lot in the post game, but with Sun, we'll learn and grow from this. Overall, with Sun in general, I am happy what he's been doing and excited for what's going to move forward, especially with the new, hopefully, signings that we get in. But with what we have, it's going to be a great opportunity.
Definitely. Now, I can tell you from firsthand, since about a month and a half ago, I actually did that flight from South Korea to LAX. I'm still off, man. I don't know. My sleep patterns are still thrashed after a month. So yeah, maybe it's still buzzing for him. You just do what you got to do. But that guy travels, so he's kind of used to it at this point, I'd say.
Yeah, let's be honest. Where he's sat in the plane compared to where you sat in the plane, slightly different.
Coach, yeah, kids freaking out next to you, but different, very different. Slightly, but yeah, still time zones are time zones, and time zones do not care. So that. Now I will say this: we did outshoot them. We had twice as many shots on goal. If you want to take that. So yeah, good on the boys. Again, getting a draw on the road ain't so bad, especially when you have games in hand. So big picture, it's okay. Another road game ahead against a team that you should get results with. And again, a player with a little more rest, maybe you'll get more going forward. So there is that. I do see about 3 comments from the faithful. Let's see what you guys have for us. Looks like Dave. Busy Dave. There we go. Straight out of the Netherlands. What do we got? He says, Hola familia. Sunny days, that's for sure. And he says, Sun is way more than I had hoped for. Number 1 jersey sales among all U.S. sports. I'm officially a fanboy. Number 1 sales in the world. Global sales. Number 1. So our home jersey is gone, I believe, in all names. Everyone. The only one I saw was an authentic Vela. And that was like a 3XL. That's it. That's all I could find. I went searching. So if you want an authentic Vela and 3XL, congratulations. That's all you're going to find, people. And otherwise, it's been taken down everywhere else, and there's a waiting list. Mind you, that home jersey is discontinued after this season, right? We get a whole new home jersey next season. So good luck with that. The away jerseys are still out there. So if you want the white one with the collar that needs to be pinned down, then you got a chance with that one. So there's that. I love it, though. I mean, they needed to dump these jerseys anyway, so there you go. It worked out, guys. It worked out. So yeah, it's beautiful to see, honestly. Keep the sales up. What do we do with the new faces coming in? Got to get more shirts. That's for sure. All right, Dave. Throw some more up there, dude. It's cool. Yeah, Tony, you're going to jump in. What were you going to say, man?
I was going to say, if most people who have been in LA have been seeing the deal of buy a jersey, get an Anthem jacket for free. So I think we're out of Anthem jackets as well. If the deal keeps going with that, I'm just going to say that a lot of people got a lot of Anthem jackets because that was the deal moving forward. Again, I did, if you are looking for, did find some authentic black home jerseys at Nicky's when I was shopping for some other jerseys. So they still have some there, very few. So if you want this year's jersey, cop it at other stores. Now the Sun one, good luck. 2 hours, like I said, 2 hour wait to get certain numbers and stuff like that with that, but
I mean, if you want
also
a Santee Alley one, then I guess you can find those.
yeah, but also the other question is too is like how much are you saving for the New Jersey quickly? Because once that one gets released, how quick is that going to be sold out for Sun as well? Well, again, we don't know. Again, this could be just not saying it's going to happen the same way it happened with this jersey because of the announcement of Sun, but it could because of the you want the New Jerseys, and this is a good way to sell.
Good luck on me getting a replacement 97 jersey. Those 7s are never coming back.
True.
Not happening. It's okay. All right. So from the bright news of Sun in his first match, of course, LAFC 2, again, ups and downs. Of course, they fell to Tacoma Defiance. Yeah, the last match, it was a road match. They are going to be playing Salt Lake next, the Real Monarchs. This Sunday match will be streamed on MLS Next Pro 6:30 kickoff. So that's a road match. If you want to check it out, again, MLSNextPro.com will have that match. Just want to throw it out there, you guys, so you don't miss out on that. Thank you, Araceli, for that update. Club and community news. Man, there's stuff going down. That's for sure. I know there's a watch party coming up. There will be some coming up this weekend. Tony, do you have details for this weekend's watch parties?
Yes, I do.
You do. All right, I'll throw it to you, man. I know y'all want to party together. So, Tony, what you got, man?
So, as again, we're still counting down the days to coming home, and 2 more games. It's again, buy those tickets for home games if you can now because they're getting more expensive the closer it gets to game time. But in the meantime, against New England around 4:30, we have Expos back at Distro 14, 1837 First Street, Los Angeles, California. TSG will be back at Baja Grill Cantina, 3250 Wilshire Boulevard, number 103. Black Army will be at Brujeria Company, 4937 Durfee Avenue, Pico Rivera. The special thing about that, we are doing a school supply drive and raffle. Bring school supplies and for 10% off beer. That's pretty well. So, help teachers that need help. Again, teaching is not easy, especially with supplies. Someone could attest to up here. He knows the struggles because before it used to be a little bit easier to supplies. Now it's pretty much a tug and pull for that.
Scrounge,
yes,
people.
Exactly. Lucky's will be at, I want to say Joker, but it's not Joker. It's like JokeX Dailies and Culver City.
Joxer Dailies.
Yeah, Joxer Daily. There you go. I was like, it looks out like some people put an accent just trying to say Joker just to be different. I was like, I don't know. Anywho, what the hell? Okay. What I know. I am blanking on their name right now, and I love them. Empire Boys. There you go. Empire Boys. Sorry. Just the weird name of it. Will be at Heaven and Hell Bar at 22 Pigeon Pass in Morro Valley. And
Moreno Valley. Yeah, way out there.
Yep. And then also I wanted to save this last because there's also an additional thing with them. Pride Republic will be back at High Tops Los Feliz. And also, if you register your Ralph's Rewards card with Pride, you can help them benefit with Pride with any of their group activities and stuff like that. So go to Ralph's. There's a link on their bio to kind of connect everything to your Ralph's Rewards plan, and that is about it. Again, there's a huge watch party. Click the link in 3252 to RSVP, and we'll talk about that next episode of what the full event is going to be about.
Yeah, something about Ontario International Airport. I RSVP'd. Just gonna say that. So go for it, people. I won't go any more details. You just got to find it yourselves, and maybe you'll find me and the fam there. Just going to leave it there. All right. Black and Gold Vinyl Club Minute. I know. I have a thought on which one I'm going to go with. I think these guys might have one themselves. Anybody have a nominee? I know I got one.
I have one. Let me go look for it real quick. Yeah, so Bam, go for it while we do that.
So I'm tossing up between two at the moment. Tossing up between an Australian band or tossing up against with a US rapper that's going to be performing at the AFL Grand Final this year.
A U.S. rapper at the AFL Grand Final.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
So because of that, I'm going to go with the US West Coast rapper that's going to be performing in the AFL Grand Final this year pre-show. So before the game starts, this person's going to be coming out. And I'm going to go with Eeny, Meeny, Money, Mo. Let's go with the next episode with Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg's coming to Australia to perform at the AFL Grand Final this year.
That dude will do anything for a buck. I'm just going to put it out there.
Oh, no, it's been amazing because all the old AFL supporters, so like the boomers, hate it.
Which makes it better, honestly.
Yep.
If the boomers hate it, I probably love it. So there you go. I'm not a boomer, people. I know I'm old, but I'm not that old. Dave ain't either. I know this. Nice, dude. So you got that one. I'm kind of going off it because I was just grooving again. It's been a happy week with Sun. Again, there's some Sun love there. So it's kind of funny, man. I just kept grooving to this one, but you guys remember the Teddy Bears? Right? Punk rocker with Iggy Pop, featuring Iggy Pop. I kept grooving to this one this week. I don't know why. Maybe it's just in the mood. So I'm going to do that one. The Teddy Bears album, Soft Machine. There's a bunch of people on that album, but especially Iggy Pop, punk rocker. I'm going with that one because that's my vibe this week. There you go. Tony, what you got?
All right. I was finding it. It's kind of a old to me when I was a youngin, hearing this song and then kind of gained popularity a little bit a while, like when someone was born. But I'm going with Banda Toro, La Noche que Murió Chicago. If you know that's. Oh yeah, it's a pretty much an old song for me that I heard when I was a kid and everything. So I know a lot of people were playing it and like kind of using that for the Chicago and stuff like that. So that's my song for that.
So for Bam, translate what Murio means. Because I can do it for him. That means kill, Bam. Just so you know.
Cool. I might have to look that up. Just out of curiosity. Because I'll be honest, I have started listening to some Mexican-inspired music lately just because it's different and why not?
Oh, okay. So it's going to be, I know we can talk about New England and we want to talk about Sun and everything like that. We can go into a K-pop talk later on. I need Araceli for this. We can go but
you guys will got me.
Yes, exactly. But we can have this conversation because this is the perfect conversation. I had this conversation with a fellow supporter, and since Bam's introduced to this, and he's an outsider, Joseph can probably agree with this. Corridos, ranchero, and norteño. Is that Spanish country music to you, Bam?
I would say so.
We were told it isn't. But if you, again, genres are the same. Language is different. Music is a little bit different. But at the end of the day, country, talking about ex-lovers, drinking, the night out with the boys, missing car, trucks. Just saying, similar. He disagreed with me.
Well, like
play
just
it
going
in
through
reverse is your happiest day ever.
Yeah. Just so you get a little understanding is I've just got down my liked songs on my Spotify right now.
Okay.
I've got some Easy Band. So the guys
Yeah.
from
Uh-huh.
Texas, from Houston, you know that. I've got Los Master Plus.
Mhm.
You know,
Okay,
he does the version of Rockstar and Sexo Es en Fuego.
Mhm.
And then if you
Nice.
keep going down, I got Cosa Nostra.
Mhm.
And where are we? No. That's where I get into my Psytrance stuff. Yeah, no, just put some stuff in there just to change up a little bit and try and pick up a word here or there in Spanish. So when I come over, I can say something.
I would suggest Digas a Note. That is a must.
Yep, they're on there.
You have to go with Jesus, as I called him as a kid. If you know, you know. El Buki, Marc Antonio Solis. Yes, Joseph, as soon as I say that, you know, I understand what I said. So, Los Bukis, that's his band that he was part of. And then Marc Antonio Solis is his individual solo act. Put those out there, just that. And then, I will send you more. I have one. I just can't think of it. And it's gonna, if I butcher his name right now, I will be disowned by my own community. So I'll send you a list.
Yeah, send me a list. And anyone listening too, just hit me up on Twitter and all that. Send me some good songs that you guys would recommend, and I'll go through them.
And there's some ska beats in Espanol that he needs to get into too. Just saying. But we'll
ska in Espanol, I love because there's a lot of covers and you realize what covers they are once they start singing the songs. So ska in Espanol, if you can get it, go for it.
We'll cover that in the future episodes. That's for sure. All right, let's move it forward. Watch, Dave's going to come up with one. I know this. The comments are coming. Yes. All right, let's move it on. What do we do next after Black and Gold Vinyl Club Minute? I know we had a good one. I can't wait for the compilation album from our boy Tony over there. He's building this, guys. You'll see. There'll be a playlist. All right, so let's talk about it. The next match, New England Revolution. I know we don't travel there all that much. It's another rarity like the Chicago Fire. You hardly see these guys, but we're seeing them this year. So yeah, heading out to New England. The boys are already on their way. New England is kind of having an interesting year. They brought back Matt Turner. I know, blast from the past. I guess somebody wants to get back into the World Cup good graces. So he is back at the New England Revolution. Played a game, got a clean sheet. Back in the mix for these guys. They're about 8 points out of a playoff spot, trying to turn things around. Thankfully for them, they got the Cellar Dwellers DC United last week. What did they happen to do? Took them down 2-0. Gave up a lot of opportunities to DC United. Thankfully, Matt Turner was there to save them. And also, thankfully, DC United is completely incompetent and can't finish their opportunities for the most part. And so, yes, they got away with a 2-0 victory at home. Now, there is some quality in New England, real quality in the offense. They do have some really strong attackers, especially Mr. Heel, a very good player. We'll talk about a few others, but if you see some of the highlights from last week, and I do suggest watching them before we play these guys, they've got a couple really good attackers. Now, that was their first win in their last 8 matches. Yes, they're desperate for a turnaround. They have to. They're going to lose this season. They've got to get it around. In terms of record, they're 7-7-11, 28 total points. We're 10-7-6, 37 points. Yeah. Before that, like I said, no wins for a while, and they've been losing to teams like Montreal, Orlando, Red Bulls. Yeah, it's been rough. What's been costing them? Well, goals against. They allowed 35, only scored 33, right? Defense is not their strong suit. That's for sure. We've had a good history against them. Last 3 games, we have not lost to them. It's been pretty good for us. We don't play them very often, though, like Not often at all. Last time we played these guys was in 2023. Before that was 2019 and 2018. We don't play these guys. It's rare. So that's where they're at. Now, like I said, Carlos Gil, he's their star. Or heel, sorry. 9 goals, 8 assists this year. If he's not getting it together, they're not getting it together. That's how this plays. Campana is another story for them, right? 18 games played, 5 goals scored. Yeah, not a lot of goals, but he is a weapon for them. They have Shankale, they have Feingold, Maximiliano Urruti. He's got a couple goals this year. He got some late minutes in this last game because Campana came off a little bit injured. I think he'll be okay, but he had a minor knock at the end of this game. Who else features? Not much. I think in terms of goals scored, they have a grand total of 11 guys so far that have actually got on the board. In terms of assists, only 10. Yeah, they're hurting this year in terms of the production side of things. If Hill doesn't do the job, they don't do the job. That's what we're seeing from them. Now, Caleb Porter, right? We know him. We know him very well from his Portland days. We know him very well from the way he approaches the game. Guess what? The way we've seen him approach it from 10 years ago, he still approaches it today. It doesn't change a whole lot. Watch. Bam. What system does Caleb Porter like to play?
4-2-3-1.
There it is. 4-2-3-1. That's what he's going to do. How does he like to approach you when he plays a 4-2-3-1?
Attacking.
Attacking? Maybe physical? A little bit of dark arts? Some counterattacking? Is it a little bit predictable?
Yes. Does it work? Does it work a lot of the time? Yes.
Yeah. Right. It's an automatic. It's the fail-safe system. That's what he does. He builds a team. It plays it. He gets the right pieces. It usually involves certain players. Again, his tried and true triangle in the middle, right? He has his trusted guys that do that job. It's all built around it, and he usually gets the job done. This year's been a little bit rougher for him, but they seem to be adding some pieces here to try to turn things around. Now, last game against DC, Turner again had his debut in goal. He'll be in the goal again. They had Ceballos and Fofana as their center backs. Feingold, Miller, outside backs. Yusuf and Polster, defensive midfielders. Heel, attacking midfielder. Langoni and Shankale, outside mids. Campana, target man. That's what he played. The week before that, here we go. Campana, your target man. Hill, your playmaker. Langoni and Shankale, outside midfielders. Polster and Yusuf, defensive midfielders. A trend, right? In this case, Olmsberg, Fofana, center backs, Feingold, Miller, outside backs. We already know. Wasn't Miller that week, but it'll be this week. Again, not too shocked. Any familiar faces? Not a whole lot except for maybe Urruti and Hill. We know those guys. They're kind of famous for us, especially Hill, the perennial all-star, always skillful. If we had him on our team, he'd probably get us a cup, honestly. If he had guys around him on our level, he'd be lifting that cup. He's that good. So that's what we're dealing with New England. They should be better off than where they're at with the skill set that they have. But, yeah, it's been a struggle kind of year. Your thoughts on what's happening in New England, Bam?
Obviously, they're not hitting the strides as they should be in the past. Looking at the last game, they only had 2 subs for the whole game. They left a lot of the players out there for the whole game. So looking at that, it makes me think that they might make a couple of changes going into this one, but we'll see. Obviously, Gargano was listed as questionable last round. He did come on, play some minutes, so I expect him to probably get a start. Urruti against us, always a handful, so I suspect he'll get a start too. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they go up against us because, they're on the cusp of jumping into the playoffs. They need to get a couple of wins under their belt with the
8
season.
points out. Yeah.
Yeah, 8 points out. You know, they got a game in hand over Red Bulls, and who's at the top of them, and they're equal with Chicago 5 of games played. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty of the year. So it'll be interesting to see what happens going into it.
It's interesting, and Urruti only came in because of Campana having a knock. He came in, and it was kind of funny. Urruti came in, and the whistle blew like 30 seconds. Not even 30 seconds. I swear it was like 10 seconds after. He was a little bizarro. I'm wondering if there's a little bit of a trust issue with their bench right now. Like it just feel too like they feel it's too thin. Yeah, like every game's a playoff game for them at this point. It's tough. It's tough. Again, there's some talent out there. There is, especially offense. I think offense-wise, they've got it, right? But defense is there's zero depth. There's a zero depth situation. Tony, you're looking at that side. Are you concerned at all about this side that we're facing?
A little bit, just because it's weird because we're still trying to figure out our best lineup moving forward. I don't think we try our best lineup as well because of turf. You gotta include that. I believe we're still playing at Pat Stadium.
We are.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I was like,
they're trying to get their own stadium. It's a process.
I know.
They had good news recently.
Yeah. So, but it's just concerning. It's just concerning just because it's like it's East Coast. The timing, it's the boys is just jet lag is one thing. I know they get there early enough, but as you can equate to, sometimes it's affection, especially with Sun. Again, hasn't had time to just accustom to one time zone. And that's the thing. That's the whole thing that I feel like most players who come from Europe don't like actually figure out is, yes, you are in one country, but there's 3 different time zones every time you go somewhere. You know what I mean? The weather's also very different, like all over the place, because sometimes it's super hot at other places and other places are super cold, and it doesn't like that. So it's just going to be very concerning with just weather conditions, everything like that. Now for the team wise, I expect a lot from New England. I know they've been having a somewhat decent rough year, but I don't know. I can't predict it with them.
Yeah, I think they're going to be dangerous. Honestly, I do. It's that wounded animal mindset. If you saw the chances they got, they should have scored some. They did give up some goofball opportunities against a team that should have hurt them, but DC is just, again, another lost year for them. A little more talent. Again, they still have Benteke, man. Like, I don't get DC. I just don't get those guys. But here's the deal. We can't really afford to play with a modified lineup this week. We actually have to get 3 points. It's for the taking. Everyone above us faltered last week. It's kind of played to our hands. Vancouver tanked against San Jose. I know they're going to cry about the referee and all that and claim he's a homer for us, and that's the reason. Hey, don't bold people over in the box. I mean, it's kind of obvious. Don't be a moron. So, you know, they've got 6 losses. We've got everybody above us has 6 losses, except San Diego in first place, who has 7 losses. So we're sitting with 37 points. San Diego's got 49, but again, they've played 3 extra games. Vancouver, 2 extra games. Minnesota, 3 extra games. Seattle, 2 extra games. So we have the games in hand. If we do our job, we catch them all. So we're not going to waste this. We can't waste this. We have to go for it. If Sun is healthy, we have to play him. I think that's just what, and you saw he is healthy. I think they go for it. Green light, game on. Now, that being said, I go to you guys, and I'll go to you, Bam, first. Is Sun getting the start, or is he coming in as a sub?
I hope he gets the start.
Okay.
So going by that,
now,
my top three, because I think that's where we'll start this time. Obviously, be Bouanga, Sun, or Daz.
Ooh, okay. Or Daz. All right. Why are Daz over Martinez?
So Martinez will be in the midfield.
Middle,
He'll be in the midfield.
drawn back. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I go to you, Tony. What are your top three looking like?
Bawanga, Martinez, Ordaz. Sunsets.
Sunsets. Interesting. All right. I guess that throws it to me now. I'm thinking we're going to see Bwanga, wing, Martinez, wing, Sun. He'll list as being in the middle, but ain't nobody going to be in the middle. I think you're going to see everybody taking turns at the middle. And do you remember when Bradley Wright Phillips was with us for a very short time? I know it was during COVID and we could only really see most of it on TV. And they were kind of like a helicopter, right? We didn't know who was going to go where, but they just kind of took turns, right? I think that's what we're going to turn into here. I think we're going to see those moments where, Son, you go in the middle, right? He'll direct this, obviously. He'll choose his times to be out wide. Martinez will fade in. He'll fade back out. It could be Ordaz as well. They'll take their times to be middle, out, be very confusing for whoever tries to mark them because you don't know where they're coming from. And it'll just be very dynamic. With Martinez playing in, say, the middle at times, we've seen him look like more like a central attacking mid. And now it gets even more dynamic, right? Now you're forcing a center back to come forward to deal with him, or a midfielder to drop even deeper, and it just gets that more confusing. So I feel, to me, like I said, I really want to see the Martinez dynamic with these other two attacking players. Now, midfield situation, I think we're all kind of in agreement here. It's going to be the 3-man, but who are the 3 for this match? I'll go to you, Tony, first. Who do you have in your midfield this week?
Delgado, Tillman, and Amaya.
Ooh, interesting. I love that we have options now. Bam?
Martinez, as I said. Tillman, number 8.
Number 8. There he goes. Ooh, nice. I'm hoping, probably not going to be the case, but really hoping that it's Jesus, Delgado, Chonier. Hoping. Don't know if that's going to be it, but that's my hope. Why? I just really like the quality that we're getting from Chonier already. And I think with the guys up top, if I get to see who I get to see, I think we're going to be very dynamic with those guys. Backline situation, I think we're all kind of stuck in with our center backs. Bam. Who do we got for center backs this week?
Segura and Tafari.
There's the quiz. There you go. Outside backs, I'll go to you, Tony. Predictions for outside backs?
It's harder. Palencia should start, so that's for sure. I'm just loving some Smolikov. No, yeah, honestly, like ever since he first just jumped in and just show what he's gotten, I love to see more of him. Like, love Hollingshead, and that's why it was just kind of hard, but the dynamic that he brings, the ability to pass, the ability to cut, to dribble through people and create, I kind of want to see him get the start.
I think no matter what, we'll see him and we'll see Hollingshead in this match. Who starts, we don't know, but I think we're going to see both, right? We probably agree on that. At some point, we'll see Hollingshead. At some point, we'll see Smolikov. What do you think, Bam?
Smolikov gets a start. Only one of Hollingshead or Palencia will play.
Ooh, okay.
For
So
the one reason is they are both one yellow card away from suspension.
Ooh, okay. That's a thought.
Then get it now. Honestly,
Dallas is next, right?
Yeah. But are you willing to lose both of them for Dallas?
Yeah.
See, me, I'm happy to lose Palencia for Dallas. Then lose Hollingshead for the home game because Smolikov can take that spot.
And sure, Hollingshead wants to play against Dallas. There's history there. Just saying.
Like if you're gonna lose one, Tony, I'll ask you straight away. You have to lose one for San Diego. Who are you losing? Palencia or Hollingshead? You have to lose one.
Man. Thinking.
It's just gonna be kind of hard because it's like I want Palencia because he's gonna keep people in check, and that's what I like for San Diego. But Hollingshead is just such a dynamic person in the backfield, so it's a tough toss-up. So if I have to lose one, Hollingshead, I guess. Younger legs, fresh, like because Palencia's got younger legs, faster. It's a no-win situation again. Like I would rather have both, but I think I lose. I think I'd rather have Hollingshead out for San Diego.
Yeah. So sit Hollingshead for this game.
Interesting thoughts. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I do. Smolikov needs minutes, and he looks brilliant right now. So I get you guys. You could see a half, or you'll probably see 60 minutes of Palencia, and then there a few minutes or more of Hollingshead, right? They'll interchange off each other. That could be the situation too. They both get yellows, and then we're all just crying next week. But yeah, and then it's a reset, and who cares? But that would be funny as well. Not, but yeah. All right, so there it is. Those are predictions for the lineup. We'll see what happens. It's nice to have options, that's for sure. I just can't wait for all of our center backs to be right and our new center back to be available. Wait, is he available this week, Bam? We have a new center back in the wings.
I don't know, to be honest. I thought also waiting on.
We're just waiting for that certificate, aren't we?
Yeah.
Huh. Because that really changes the dynamic too, I would say.
It does, but I haven't heard anything about whether or not it's come through, so time will tell.
Yeah, he wasn't listed for the last match, so Fantasyland right now. We don't know yet. And we have home that could be available. So that too. I know. Again, another option in the midfield. So fun times for LAFC and more names possibly inbound. So have fun watching this one, guys. It should be a good one. See about 8 comments from the faithful. So before we wrap this bad boy up, let's see what you guys have to say. Love it. Here we go. Oh, dude. See, I told you Dave was going to come through. And this is one. You must listen to this, but you probably have. And I've actually seen these guys play live. So there you go. Matador by Los Fabulosos Cadillacs. Yeah, there you go. And for all you oldsters, the Grosse Pointe Blank soundtrack. Just gonna put that up there. Nice, dude. Matador. Well done. I'm sure, Bam, you know that one. How do you not? Right?
Probably do.
Yeah.
I'll have a listen to it, and then we'll go from there.
There it is. See Falcons in the mix too. Let's see. We've got Dave predicting scores. You know we ain't doing that. But we're more than welcome to Dave. He's predicting a 3-1 victory. There you go. Dave's predicting Son, David, and Danny. There you go. And Saunier, I'm please tell me how to do his name correct. I'm just trying to go full French with this thing. But I heard a different pronunciation. Maybe I'm wrong. But there you go. All I know is he's a baller. And I agree with Dave. He's a baller. So there you go. Okay, Canadian national team. All love there, man. Good stuff. So thank you guys for that. That could be a good album for the week as well from Los Fabulosos Cadillacs. So there you go, guys. Episode wrapping up yet again. Of course, we have traditions before we can wrap episodes up. As you all know, it would be our final thoughts. We do this every episode. our final say before we call it a day. I'll go with you, Tony, first. Your final thoughts, my friend.
Final thoughts is be safe out there. It's a crazy, crazy world out there. Have conversations with everybody. And I mean this in the most positive way of just get to know our fellow humans in this world, because humanity is kind of sucking and we're losing that. And that's the one thing that we need to get back is the community sense. We are a community pod, so let's get that community back in general, no matter who you support, who you love, anything like that. Just have conversations and, reach out to people and, make sure everyone's okay. And that's my final say.
Thank you, sir. Well said. You're all bigger than you think you are. So follow what Tony says. Yeah, final thoughts.
Final thoughts from me. Going on with what Tony said, speak to your fellow human beings and all that kind of stuff. EPL kicks off this weekend, so get into that too. You want to go out there and watch some games. Be an interesting season, see who stays up, see who gets relegated, all that kind of stuff. Again, I'll go on about it because I always go on about it. Mental health is huge. It matters a lot. Conversations can change and save a life. If you need the helplines in LA, dial 800-854-7771, or you can call, text, and chat with 988. It's there for you, so use it. And I alluded to this at the beginning of the episode, so I'm going to say it now. Saturday for you guys, so game day for you guys, is my partner's birthday, so I want to wish her a happy birthday for this weekend. Hope she'll have a great birthday. She's going to kill me now because of mentioning it, but it is her birthday this weekend, so just want to give her a shout out and say happy birthday.
Happy birthday. There we go. Enjoy the birthday. I'm not making names because that would go too far. So there you go. There it is. Yes, I guess it brings it to me. Thank you for that, sir. Got my scarves back there to celebrate our occasion here, people. As Sun is now a part of the Black and Gold, making impacts. Community is looking amazing. The road show is looking proper. The energy at LAFC is peaking yet again. God, I'm loving it when we get into this mode. That's what we're about, guys. Honestly. Yes, times are tough locally. Very tough. Times are tough globally. That is true. It is hard to see certain things out in this world. Know this, you are not alone. None of us are alone. Look out for each other. If you need help, do not hesitate. Reach out. We're here to listen. That's for sure. We're all a big family, a Black and Gold family. People will listen. You're not alone. And for those going out this weekend, just be smart about things. Very smart about things. Enjoy each other's company and have the best possible weekend you can. We will see you again next week. Same LAFC time, same LAFC channel. You know how that goes. And for that, the final word. Tony?
Stay golden.
Bam.
Stay golden.
For me to all of you, stay golden, Los Angeles.
Thank you for listening to the Heart of LAFC. Make sure to leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher. Shoulder to shoulder, the Black and Gold is taking over.